What's up, YouTube? So, in this video, I'm going to be talking about Preston Williams, wide receiver out of Colorado State. Um, he's a pretty big-bodied receiver. He's 6'4", weighs about 211 pounds. Um, it doesn't seem like he was invited to the combine, but I found his pro day results. He ran a 4.55 in the 40, which isn't bad for someone of his size. He's not particularly fast, but he's a pretty big-bodied receiver, so I wasn't expecting him to be a burner. Because let's be honest, if he was this big and was fast, he probably would have been drafted. One thing I definitely did like to see is when his quarterback was scrambling, he had a good habit of coming back to him and trying to get open for him, make the pass a little bit easier, which was definitely necessary because I'm probably going to mention this a lot. The Colorado State quarterback, I don't know his name, but he is terrible. The offensive line wasn't great either. Yeah, his quarterback definitely let him down quite a bit while I was watching film. It actually kind of frustrated me. Um, Despite him not being super athletic, because it's not just his speed. He was below average with his cone drill, his vertical jump, his broad jump. As far as the average during the combine, his pro day results were below average in comparison. So, but that's whatever. I mean, he is undrafted for a reason. But despite that, he did give Colorado State some value with yards after catch. They threw quite a bit of screens to him because he does fight. He does fight pretty decently for yards, which is good to see. I don't know if he'll make the roster. I kind of like our receivers, but he might be a practice squad guy. As far as his route running goes, I'm really not a big fan of it. He doesn't really set the defender up too often. He doesn't really give too many head fakes. He doesn't really seem to have too much of a plan when it comes to route running. He kind of just runs it, and he doesn't really bend at his hips at all. He just kind of runs straight, pretty much runs standing straight up, which is a big problem. Like even on posts and slants, he didn't really drop his hips at all. He kind of just stood straight up. Which, I mean, at 6'4", I mean, you're going to be limited for how much you can bend those hips coming out of your breaks, but I'd like to see that improve at least a little bit. One thing that was very disappointing, though, because he is a big receiver, he's not very good against press coverage. He he wasn't very good at getting corners that were as big as him or bigger off of him. He wasn't good at defeating their hands and moving upfield against them. And he kind of got bullied at the line a lot. I noticed that big time on film. Which, when you got a 6'4" receiver, you really don't want to see him getting bullied at the line. Also, he's not the best at contested catches. He takes some weird angles as far as his body control goes. And it really messes up his ability to make those contested catches. Hopefully he can work on that a little bit, but and I will say, as far as his catching ability, I mean, it seemed fine, but his quarterback was dog shit, man. I mean, he was actually pissing me off. Like I say, he couldn't make contested catches, but the quarterback was giving him some really damn difficult catches to try to make. There isn't a whole lot of people that a lot of the receivers that were drafted probably wouldn't have been able to make some of those catches. That their quarterback was just, it's pissing me off again just thinking about some of those damn throws. Like sometimes he would miss them by like 5 full yards, and it would be on like a simple like curl route or some shit, and it would still be 5 yards short, only on like a 10-yard curl. It was really pissing me off. But yeah, I want to see him in training camp and in preseason because, like I said, it was kind of hard to get a feel for his catching ability You know, when the quarterback is completely missing him like that, it's kind of hard to judge how well he can catch. But one thing, the things I could scout pretty well, like I said, he's not super athletic and he doesn't run routes particularly well. So that's the route. You know, running routes is something he can actually work on. The athleticism, there's not a whole lot he can do about that, but he can try to get a little bit faster, but you can only do so much with that. That's all I got for this video. If you liked it, I would appreciate you hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments, leave it in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.